Okay then friends, we're at Tokyo Disneyland today. It's Space Mountain's last day. So I got up bright and early, headed into the park. They're running it on a weird system right now because, you know, Tokyo love to make things more complicated and have more systems, right? So you have to get a priority pass, which works the same as the old fast passes. You have to have one of those to get on the ride at all. So it's super first come, first serve. People were here from 5 a.m. I just arrived. It's, what time is it now? 7:30, not too far from the back. If you think the capacity of that ride can handle like over 1,000 people an hour, if we've got all day, we should get everyone on. Let's see. Anyway, fingers crossed. Getting through to here was pretty unpleasant because it's so hot and sunny, you know, you're like crowded in with people and they're trying to push you forward as much as you can. But once you get through, if you're early enough to get through security before the park opens, over here, it's nice and spaced out, everyone's sitting down. There's a big space further up. I don't know what that's about. They're just trying to leave space for cast members to get through and things. I don't know. Anyway, let's see, Space Mountain's last day. I'm rocking this t-shirt. We got the Space Mountain t-shirt on. They had a bunch of great merch, but there's nothing special just for the last day. They've had a Space Mountain event for the last few months, so there's not gonna be anything special like that. I'm wondering what they'll do like in the evening when the ride closes, if there'll be like some small, I don't know, even if the cast members just off their own accord start doing something special. We'll see. But I really love last days. There's something really special about them. Like everyone loves an opening day, right? It's so exciting and everyone wants to try the new thing and talk about the new thing. But the last day, I think it brings out the super nerds because most people don't care about our last day, right? But the super nerds do. And it's just more kind of emotional. It's more sombering, you know, you're saying goodbye. And I think that's part of what makes theme parks so special is it's not like a film or a video game where you can go back and play it anytime you want. We will never be able to ride this version of Space Mountain ever again. I mean, it's very, very similar to the ones in California and Hong Kong, but it's also very different in a lot of ways. So, yeah, it'll be sad to see it go, but very exciting at what we're gonna get next. Okay, we're heading in. I've got my ticket ready. Bing, thank you. Okay, let's try and get this pass. Space Mountain, priority pass. Come on, come on, come on. Mickey's bouncing up and down. Please stop bouncing up and down. Oh, yep, me. Check my ticket. Yep. Space Mountain, 10 o'clock. Easy peasy, 10 a.m. Hey, there we go. Okay. Well, I probably didn't have to get up at 5 a.m. like I did because I didn't expect to get 10 a.m. I thought it would be like early afternoon at the earliest, but okay. People cheering. Okay, sweet. Oh, now I'm getting optimistic that I might be able to get another one later, but I should put that out of my head, right? I got it. Awesome. Okay, and that was like my whole mission for today, and I just did it. So now I'm like, what should I do? Splash? Beauty and the Beast? Let's see where the crowds are heading. So I came in, got my priority pass, which is the first thing you should do. And then the second thing you should do every time you come to Tokyo Disney is the entry request. This is the show lottery system. And I got one for Magic Music World. I haven't seen it since they changed it from the non-COVID version, which was surprisingly like earlier this year. It was like really recently. But oh, I'm really happy about that. Awesome. Oh, there she is. The first Space Mountain to ever close down. I mean, unless you count Paris changing to hyperspace, I suppose, but that's not the same. Or California replacing their track, but that's not the same either. We're demolishing the entire building and getting a brand new one built behind it. Pretty sad. 41-year-old coaster in there, though. It's definitely had a good run. I just noticed a big line. I was like, well, it can't be Space Mountain because you can't queue for it. You have to have a fast pass. And of course, Buzz Lightyear is also closing this year in October. I was actually in the very last ride vehicle for Buzz Lightyear when it closed in Hong Kong. So I'm definitely gonna come to the last day here. I doubt I can do it here. I think I'll have a lot more competition. They'll probably do the same system as they've done today for this, I imagine, if it works out well. So yeah, let's get on Buzz Lightyear, shall we? Seems fitting. It's so funny seeing Space Mountain with not only with cranes behind it, but they're moving. Like they're actively building the thing behind it on its last day. Like, take the day off, give it its sunshine, you know? Oh, I just realized they're doing this stupid version they did last summer where they pretend it's like a special event, but all they do is like add a few extra zeros to your score to make you feel good about yourself. It's very, very strange. I was expecting like something to be different in the ride, even like one little thing. Nope, exactly the same ride, just a higher score at the end. Okay, I guess. So what I'm hoping is, this is like a 45-minute wait. I started at 9, so I should get off this well before 10. I don't think it even is 45 minutes. I'll easily get off this before 10, hang around and try and hit Space Mountain as soon as my Fast Pass comes up at 10:05, and then hopefully I can get on it again, maybe a few times. We'll see.
为了您的飞行安全，请勿站立。
Gonna miss that one, just mainly for the nostalgia. Like, I'm really pleased that we're getting something new. I'm really pleased that Tokyo Disneyland is getting more and more unique attractions that aren't in other parks. But just like personally for the nostalgia, it will be a shame to see it go. Something fun they've done before it closed is they've taken the bags off the old Fast Pass machines, so people can even say goodbye to these cute little robots. God, it feels like digging up some ancient technology. Looking at these Fast Pass machines again feels like a million years since we've used these. It's so crazy, you can literally see the cranes lifting pieces of roller coaster track behind it. Like, it's still here. So I actually got off bus quicker than I expected. It's 9:30 now, which is perfect because I really need a drink. I could do with a bite to eat, and Tony Solaroni's just around the corner. Let's go see the little guy, he's so silly. These are new and dull. Like, I know, we need more vending machines, and it's very, very hot, and people need to be able to get drinks. It's very important. But, like, if you look at the ones in Fantasy Springs, they're just gorgeous. These have just been plopped in, which I guess is fine for a short-term solution. I hope they dress them up a little bit in the future, though. Then again, all of this is gonna change very soon, so I'm sure they won't be around for long. So we're gonna go for a chicken and tomato calzone. It's always my favorite. I'll probably skip a drink and just have water. Man, it's hot today. And then we'll head over to Space Mountain afterwards. I really like the calzones here. They're nothing out of this world, excuse the pun. And they're pretty ditty, you know, they're a little snack really, but they're pretty tasty. You get some nice chunks of chicken in there and some cheese and, you know, the things that make a calzone a calzone. Also, it's pink for some reason. Anyway, it's pretty good. There we go, I needed a bite to eat, so I'm glad that I did that. I feel a lot better now. So my pass is in 10 minutes. It says there's a 50-minute wait. So I don't know if I can like join the queue. I don't know at what point they scan your ticket, because I want to try and get in there as quickly as I can, because right now there are still some more fast passes available. So as you can get a new one as soon as you scan your ticket from before. So if I scanned it right now, I would be able to go on it again today, which would be incredible. I was like crossing my fingers and praying I'd get on it once. Getting on it twice would be really cool, because I would like to do it later on in the day, to be honest. Like, it's kind of weird doing it first thing in the morning and that being my last ride ever, you know? It would be nice to get another one, but we'll see. I'm really curious about what tomorrow looks like. Like, tomorrow, does all of this come down? All of these event banners? Do the signs come down for the ride? Do they stop lighting it up at nighttime? So many questions. I'm not coming back tomorrow, but I'll be very curious to find out. Yeah, I should have got in the line earlier, because it looks like they're not scanning your tickets for quite a while. Oh well. I'm getting on it. I was worried I wouldn't get on it at all, so I'm getting on it. I'm happy. Oh, I found myself getting emotional for the first time, looking on the app and seeing the little icon and thinking, tomorrow that won't be there anymore. That'll be gone for sure. Oh, I really like last days. They're really emotional. It's easy to see why they did some sort of pass system for today. It's like a 70-minute wait now, and everyone needs a pass, and it's already like taking over the whole area. The CMs seem so stressed out, bless them. There's managers everywhere. So it's easy to see why they had to do this. I can't imagine what it would have been like if they just let people queue up. There's something weird going on with the app. It seems like if I try to get another Space Mountain one right now, the time quickly pops up and then it says not available, but I can get them for any other ride, which I shouldn't be able to, because I've got a priority pass for this that I haven't used yet. I should have to wait 2 hours before I can get one for anything else, or use this one. But I can get one for another ride already. So I feel like there's like 2 different systems just for today, and Space Mountain's like on its own separate thing. But I don't want to risk, I don't want to get a priority pass for something else that I can do again anytime, you know, and then miss my chance to do this again. So it's really difficult to not just grab a pass for Pooh or for Big Thunder Mountain or something, but today's Space Mountain day. I have to prioritize. It is definitely ready to go. There's a lot of signs of aging around, and yes, it's a 41-year-old building, but I'm sure if it wasn't closing down, they would have given it a bit of TLC and touched it up and everything. It's, yeah, you can tell it's the last day. Oh, so the cast member just came through. She's like, bless her, she's like circling through the queue, like nudging past people, making sure that everyone has their ticket. So it didn't actually get scanned, but she did check that we have one. So I just asked her, hey, if I grab a pass for another ride, can I get one for this later on? And she said Space Mountain passes are finished. So I'm glad that I know that before riding. Like, this will definitely be the last ride. I grabbed one for, what did I get? I was struggling between Pooh and Monsters Inc. Oh, I kept it Tomorrowland. I got Monsters Inc. Keep it Tomorrowland for today. I haven't done Pooh for a while though, so I'm excited to do that later. Oh, but yeah, my heart kind of sank. Okay, this will be the last one. I mean, I have to say, if any ride were to be closing down, this isn't a bad one, you know. I don't have too strong of an emotional connection to this. If like Sinbad closed, I would be devastated. But this, I can handle. And hey, let's enjoy our last ride on Space Mountain. Whoa. Last time. Oh, it's our last one. Oh, I wish I could have done it at night the last time, but this is nice too. Let's do a smile for us so I can get a photo out of it. Maybe use it as a profile or thumbnail. Oh. I know we are still gonna get the 2 levels, but oh, I'm gonna miss taking this up, and then you always see a little bit of Disney Sea over there. Oh, last time. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh. Well, next time we're anywhere near here, this is all gonna look very different. Oh, I'm just soaking it all in. It's time though, it is time. It's very exciting. Like if this was getting flattened for a new hotel or something, I don't know, I would be a lot more upset, but what we're gonna get is gonna be really, really cool. You know what though, this system has worked really nicely actually. Like, it's nice knowing that this will be my last ride. It's nice not having the, oh, they just closed the queue, oh no. And the thing with last day is anyone who's ever tried to be the last person on a ride before it closes will know the last ride of the day is just chaos, because the park are trying to close the queue, but everyone wants to be in the last ride vehicle, right? They want to be the last people, because humans are funny like that. We all just do, right? It's just what you want. So it becomes this like stalemate of, we're gonna close the queue if you don't get in. Oh, we're not getting in, we're gonna be the last ones in. Well, we're gonna close it. So this just eliminates all of that. I do feel sorry that like inevitably, surely some people here today were like waiting for the time to get later and later, and like, oh no, don't get it yet, don't get it yet, and then it ran out. But I don't know if it actually did though, or if there was enough for everyone. There can't be enough for everyone, right? The capacity's not that high. Although I don't know how many tickets we sold today. Anyway, I think the system has worked out pretty well. I'll be very surprised if they don't do the same thing for Buzz Lightyear's last day when that closes. I'm just like trying to spend as much time as I can around here without going in because I know I'm not gonna get to come here again. Oh. I figured I would finally check out the escape pod because I've never been down here before. It's eerie in here. You can hear the ride really loud. And you can probably hear my voice echoing as well. It's creepy. I'm gonna get back out there. I'm glad I checked this out though. I'm gonna look at the other ones as well. I just panicked trying to open the door and I thought it like auto-locked me out and I couldn't go on the ride, but I was just trying to push a pull door. Very clever, Jordan. And really we hope we get a nice, long, indoor, air-conditioned queue for the new one. We can't keep everyone lining up outside like this, can we? Okay, I can't keep going back and forth on here. I have to go inside and get on the thing, don't I? Go on then, let's go in. So finally watched this thing all the way through for the first time. It's only like a minute long, but it does quite a good job of foreshadowing what's going on in the, obviously in the station, I guess. Come on then, let's go in. This is an ugly queue, but it's air conditioned, which is obviously nice. And also, I love how like eerie it is. You hear like the sound design and you can kind of hear the roller coaster rumbling. It's freaky. Oh, another escape pod. So let's see. Oh, this door's locked. No escape pod. Oh, this way maybe. Oh, you have to go up. Oh, it's way too dark around here. And there's a door. Oh, and then we're back. It's a similar stairwell, but the other side of the building. I guess they all lead to those two stairwells then. Oh, it is a really cool atmosphere in here. Everyone's taking photos, and I think it's like, you know, like the last day of your holiday, and you're like really sad, and you kind of appreciate everything a little bit more. It's like it's the last day of your holiday, but it's the last day of everyone's holiday, ever. It's like you're all feeling that together, so there's like a communal aspect to it. It's just a really special thing. I highly recommend if you ever get the chance, go to a ride on his last day. It's really cool. Okay, last escape pod. This one was always my favorite because it's like it's in a little rocket booth or something. Let's have a look. Last one, why not? This one comes around here. And there we are. There's, oh no, there's like a little mini stairwell in this one. Ooh, it's a little different. I don't want to go too far because I don't want people to think I've like snuck into the queue, which, I mean, you probably could, but don't do that ever. Everything else may be really dated. The station is super cool. It's so slick. Like, this doesn't look all that old, and it's not as old as the rest of the ride at all. But oh man, is it cool! I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this feeling getting in here. I wonder what the new station will be like. There's another one. There's so many escape pods. Okay, oh, this one has a turnstile. I'm not going past the turnstile. That feels really naughty. But we'll just come up to here. Oh, there's even a little bench at this one. No. This is the last chance to live. Imagine if I just left now and didn't ride it. Oh. Always wanted to check these out. Okay then, this is it. Time to ride. Oh, I'm so blue. I like it here. Time to ride. Last ride ever on Tokyo Disneyland Space Mountain. The first Space Mountain in the world to ever close. Here we go, let's do it. So there we go. It's done. Last ride. Oh, I do love it. It's a classic. I love how eerie and spacey ours is without having like a pumping soundtrack from Dick Dale or whatever. It is a really unique version, the Tokyo version. Oh man. But hey, this is what we've got coming. Well, there we go. We did the thing. The thing is done. Very exciting. The new one is going to be incredible, I'm sure. It seems like they're really... Tokyo hasn't had a new roller coaster since Raging Spirits in 2006, and that's just like a, you know, that's a copy of the one that we had in Paris. It's a small, compact thing. A new Disney dark coaster that's not based on IP and has an OLC budget. This thing is gonna be a beast. It's gonna be so, so good. But it is a shame we had to lose this. You know, I think Magic Kingdom are so lucky that they get to have their Space Mountain and eat Tron too. Like, how nice is that? How great would it have been if we could have had the new one behind this and kept this in front? But that's not how these things work. I was thinking, just before I got on the ride, is this the biggest closure in Tokyo Disney history? I think it is. By quite a large margin as well. We don't tend to close things. I think the biggest things we've closed are like Storm Rider, which wasn't very popular at the time. This always has like an hour-long queue at least, even before the closure was announced. And then what else have we had? Like Star Jets, the Grand... Oh, I never remember what our Autopia was called. The Speedway. Nothing was as big as this, not even close. So this is a huge closure, but something even bigger is going to be coming. Very exciting. I'm curious now as for the rest of today. Like I said, I got the show, which I'm really happy about. No filming in there, so I can't bring you with me, sorry. But I'm gonna have a nice Tokyo Disney day, I guess. And then we'll see what they do at closure. I can't see them doing nothing, but I also can't see them doing a ton. There's not gonna be like pyro or like anything crazy, you know, but I can imagine the cast members just making it a little bit special. We'll see. We definitely have to come back at 9 o'clock when the park closes and say our proper goodbyes, but oh man, I woke up this morning not sure if I was going to get on it, and we did it. Very, very happy about that.
Rainbow はこうやるんだよ。明かりが消えたら始めるよ。ちびちゃんを捕まえてやる。楽しいゲームはおしまいだ。こっちもあるか。どこだい？お家に帰る時間だよ。ヘルメットの次はおちびちゃんの番。ヘルメットは？ブー、新しいヘルメットだよ。かわいいだろ？マイクは好き。またすぐだ。
Oh, they've got these for a lot of rides. Isn't this cute? I really like this guy. I forgot his name. Isn't he great? Oh, but not as great as this guy. Tony Solaroni. I really like these bags they've got right now as well. They've got a whole range of this stuff. And it has all the lands from both parks, including Fantasy Springs for the first time. So I'm definitely going to end up buying far too much of that. That was a nice surprise coming out of the Monster shop and seeing the brass band coming out and playing. It's like the last bit of live music that we have, but I'm very glad we still have them. So I've got like an hour until my show. I think I'm going to hop to Gaston's. They've got a new menu over there, which is a shame because the old menu was really good, but hopefully the new stuff's good as well. We'll see. And then go see Magical Music World. Oh, and right after I scanned my Monsters Inc. pass, I got another priority pass for Pooh at 3. So it's lovely when it's not so busy. You can just stack these passes up like every couple of hours. You're skipping a queue for a major ride. It's really nice. It's very, very hot, but summer can be kind of a nice time to come. Just avoid that big week in the middle of August. So I grabbed a croque monsieur. We used to have a French toast sandwich, which was really good. I'm hoping this is as good. You can't go too far wrong with bread, cheese, and meat, right? Then I also got an apple cocktail, which I already had a sip of, sorry. I just spilled on my leg because I'm a genius. This is really good, really refreshing. There's some nice little jelly lumps in the bottom, but they're not too big. They gulp down. All goes down very nice and easy. I like that a lot. I'm gonna try the croque monsieur. I was a little disappointed or surprised to find we used to do French fries here as well with the old menu, and if you bought a set, you'd get the sandwich or pie or whatever, and fries and a drink. But now we don't do fries apparently, so if you get a set, it's just the sandwich or the pie and a drink, which is a shame because I like it here. And like today, I just walked straight in. I didn't have to wait at all. So on a day like today, it's not so, if I want fries, I'll go somewhere else and grab some fries, you know. But on a busy day, it's nice when one place does a lot of stuff and you can fill up, because sometimes you can wait like an hour for some of these restaurants. Anyway, itadakimasu. I'm gonna gobble this down. Oh, that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Without the fries though, it really does make it like not a meal. Like if I knew it wasn't gonna come with fries, I definitely would have got the sandwich and the pie together. But it's a shame. They had like potato like hash brown things I might have to try at some point. I guess they might be a good side. But I do miss just having the fries as a side. Anyway, I have like a weird amount of time now. I've got like half an hour until I go in to see the show. The show won't actually start at that time anyway. There's like time to get in there and everything. I mean, if you're at Disney Sea and you have this kind of time, you just wander around, which, I mean, I say that like it's a bad thing. Wandering around Disney Sea isn't the worst thing in the world. But here, you can actually pop on a ride or something. So I might check out Roger Rabbit. That can be a little long sometimes. If not, spin around Pinocchio or something. We'll find something. It's not very busy. Here we go. Roger Rabbit's got a 25-minute queue, so that sounds perfect. It's just over there. It's all indoors, so it'll be air-conditioned in there, because unfortunately, all of the indoor seating here was taken up, so I had to sit outside, and I am hot. I don't know how much you can see on camera, but I am a sweaty mess, so getting in the air conditioning would be quite nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. Toontown is summer wetty Toontown mode. Actually, there's like a whole summer event. Well, event is nothing like what we used to do, but there's a whole summer event on that I just completely forgot about because I'm not interested in any of it. Because it's all the same as last year. We've got this, which is, it's a sweet little water play area. It's nothing really. And then we've got the Baymax Parade, which I do quite like for what it is, but it's 2 floats, 0 performers. And we just spray some water on you for a while. Yeah. It's, you know, it's good that they have something. I wish Disney Sea would have something, half as much as that. But all they're doing over there is, on Aquatopia, they spray hoses in your faces every now and then. Event! But yeah, we're all here for Space Mountain today. It's weird because like you have to be outside in the sun to do the summer stuff, but nobody wants to be outside in the sun because it's summer. It's too hot. Anyway, let's go do Roger Rabbit. This thing's fun. Gotta love Cartoon Spin. It is funny though, like especially with it being summer, there's so many kids playing around Toontown. And then the one like major ride in Toontown is based on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and there's like a baby with a cigar and Jessica Rabbit in there. But it's great, I love it. I do wish we could get something like Mickey and Minnie's, something else in Toontown. But I don't know, there were plans a few years ago to get rid of Toontown here altogether. I was also thinking, I always feel like, because Tokyo just basically copied California's Toontown, moved some stuff around a little bit to make it all fit. I feel like nowadays, since they opened Disney Sea, I wish they did a Toontown now, because it would be Toontown Plus, you know, like the plans you hear about them wanting Cartoon Spin to have 2 stories and it to go up a lift and do all this other stuff. We would have had that. OLC would have been like, yeah, we'll give you the money for that, right? Modern OLC would have. But that was like the last thing they built that when they were still in the mindset of just copy the American parks, just copy the American parks. Because after that was Splash, which, yeah, is another copy, but they plussed it in a bunch of ways, especially the whole area around it in Critter Country. Anyway, we're heading over to Mickey's Magical Music World, which I'm really excited about. I've only seen this show once ever, and that was all COVID-y. I mean, it was still COVID-y until earlier this year, but now it's not. So I'm really excited to check that out, and also just, it's a beautiful theater. It's a really beautiful building. So I'm looking forward to getting in there. Like I said earlier, there's no filming in there. You can't film at the indoor shows here, so I can't bring you with me, I'm afraid, but you can just be happy for me that I get to see it. Oh, it's just so nice to walk up here. I remember when this was new, you just wanted to explore it all, right, and see it all, and it's really sweet around here. But since it all opened, unless you're going to the theater, there's no reason to come down here, right? But it's beautiful. Look at that view. It's a corker. I should really come around here more often. I wish they had some benches and things to just sit here. They do a great job of sort of pretending that it's a small building just here. That's such a beautiful show, I love that. Well worth seeing. A huge improvement from the COVID version. Oh, that was just lovely. There was these 2 women in front of me, bless them, and I could see them both just like wiping their eyes through like half of the thing. It was really pretty. It gets you in the feels. It has some nice numbers. It has a few little magic tricks as well up its sleeve. There's a few things that I couldn't even figure out. And a lot of just like simple things like quick costume changes and just like these enormous props that seem to appear out of nowhere. Oh, really enjoyed that. I was so glad to see that today. I hope I get to see it more often. Couldn't resist 50 minutes for Beauty and the Beast. I'm used to seeing it like 2 hours or something, so. And that's the perfect amount of time to then go and do my Pooh Fast Pass. Oh, I wonder if I can get another Fast Pass now. I really need to spend some time in the other side of the park though. I've been far too Tomorrowland, Fantasyland centric. I've spent all day on this side of the park so far, and it's always nice to get out to the rivers of America and get near some water, you know, especially Tomorrowland. It's so concrete. I start to get tired of it after a while. Hopefully, with the new updates, it will breathe a lot of much needed life into the area. It's weird that you can see that the cranes are like behind the theater over here. I wonder if you're going to be able to see the new Space Mountain from here and from Belle's Village. I don't think it's a big problem if you can, but it'll be different, it'll be interesting.
して老女を追い返そうとしたのです。老女は見かけに騙されて人の心の美しさを見逃してはいけないと言いましたが、ばっかり希望を失いました。一体誰がこんな野獣を愛してくれるのでしょう。
どなたかいらっしゃる？こんにちは。あなた誰なの？
怯えても震えても今でもう少し何かが芽生えているかは
It's a phenomenal ride. It's funny seeing people's reactions. Like, we got to the end and you know, you're in like this huge group, right? There's 6 vehicles of 10 people, so there's like this group of 60 people that you're basically riding with. And we pull up to the end and there are foreigners and there's also locals, and so many people are just like clapping or like wiping tears from their eyes or just like looking around in amazement still for this ride 4 years after it opens. And I think the only ride like that in Fantasy Springs is Frozen, to be honest. They may have set themselves up too high with this one, you know, opening this, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna have a huge Peter Pan ride, a big new Tangled ride, a big Frozen ride. People's expectations were as high as this, and yeah, I don't know. I think this is always gonna be the grander one, and I think it's going to take a very long time until we get a grander, larger scale, more majestic ride in any Disney park, but especially here, because we don't need it now, because we've got this. You know, we don't need another one. I definitely don't need another dark ride with this kind of pace, where you spend such a long time in each room, but having one like this, it's phenomenal. It's a showstopper. Ooh. Love this ride. And now it's time for my Hunny Hunt pass. And Hunny Hunt was down for refurb for a good 4 or 5 months earlier in the year, so I haven't done it since last year. So I'm very excited to do that again. The thing I probably have the most footage of is this castle, because before I started the YouTube channel, I never used to take videos or photos of anything. And then since I did, this opened, and so it was new, so I took loads of videos of it, and then every time you walk past it, you want to video it, and then when it's the evening, you want to see it again at nighttime, and every time I ride, you get in the queue, you get some good shots from the queue, and then in the exit, you get some nice views as well. So this is, I bet I have more footage of this than I do Cinderella Castle. In fact, I know that I do. I'm pretty sure this is the thing I have the most footage of. Oh no, Pooh is broken down. That's rare. And it seems like they don't think it's going to reopen anytime soon, because they gave me a multi-experience pass. For those who don't know, if a ride breaks down or when you're in the queue, or I guess if you have a priority pass as well, it's just transformed in my app into a multiple experiences pass. There are like different tiers. So when I got one when Peter Pan, the new Peter Pan ride in Fantasy Springs broke down while I was in the queue for that, I got like the top tier one, which gets you on any ride, basically any ride in both parks for like 2 years from the date. This one is only to be used today, and it's only on like similarly tiered things. So I was hoping I could use it for Splash or Space. The first thing I looked was like, is Space Mountain on there? But it's not, it's more like mid-tier things. So I'm gonna just hold on to it and hope that Pooh reopens again later. Normally stuff does reopen for us, but if not, I don't know, I guess I'll use it for Haunted Mansion or something. Might use it for a night ride on Big Thunder. Might use it for Stitch Encounter. No, I will not be doing that. So I'm a little, that's thrown me off now. I'm not sure what to do now. I might just do some little Fantasyland things. Every single time I take It's a Small World for granted. It's a delightful ride. I'm so glad we have it. It's kind of sad over here. Like, it's a really beautiful building that they made, but they made it for FastPass machines. It was just a FastPass machine area. So I'm guessing a lot of these pathways would have been queues or the exit of the FastPass stands or whatever. But then COVID happened, the ride opening got delayed. When it opened, it didn't have FastPass, and it has never had FastPass, and will never have FastPass. So this entire building, as beautiful as it is, and detailed and fun, every now and then some smoke comes out of the top as well. 3, 2, 1, now! Ah, I tried. As nice as this building is, and as nice as this little area is, it doesn't really have any reason to exist. And so I never come here. I think they could do something nice with a meet and greet, maybe. But then our meet and greets get so crowded and so crazy, I don't know if it could handle it. But also it's a shame that they couldn't have just been like a little walkthrough area. Disneyland needs more of those. Disney Sea has tons of them, you know, like Fortress Explorations. If you could just go in his house and sort of like play with some things. I say Disneyland needs more of that. Toontown's full of them, and that's just across the way over there. But still, it would have been fun. And speaking of Toontown, I always thought it was a fun sort of transition. Like, this is one of the more wacky, cartoonish aspects of Beauty and the Beast, and it's right here, right next to where the entrance of Toontown is. I always thought that was cool. But yeah, it's a shame there's no reason to come here. I wonder if it might even be on the chopping block, who knows? And there were some plans a very long time ago for a restaurant here which would have elevated viewing for the parades, which they could sell. They could charge any amount and they'd be able to sell if they did that. So I wonder if they still want to do that, or if they'd rather do that with Tomorrowland Terrace when all the Tomorrowland stuff goes on. I don't know, but this is a sweet little area. If you come here, just have a little nosy around and check it out. It's nice. Having said all that, they've actually replaced the FastPass machines. Finally, they were just standing there for years. They finally replaced them with benches, which I think is a good thing. We need more benches. I bet these get taken up during the parade as well. The parade goes right past here. So Pooh's back open, so I was gonna head over there, but I might use my multi-experience pass for Big Thunder Mountain when it gets darker. I love doing that at night. And that has a 60-minute queue and Pooh's 40. And I can really imagine Pooh's like plummeting down towards the end of the day and it being open until 9. Whereas I think Big Thunder might close early. So I might use it on that when it gets a bit darker. We'll see. Anyway, no need to make a decision too soon. We're getting a little spot of rain. I would like to get on Splash today, but that has a really long wait. Well, not so long, it's like an hour now. I don't want to pay to skip it today. I don't feel like it. When the queue's like 2 hours, it's easy to do it, right? But when it's just an hour, if I really wanted to do it, I'd wait. I don't know. You have to limit yourself when you're a local, because otherwise you could just pay to skip the queues all day every time you come, and then I wouldn't be able to come very often. I do have a Patreon if you want to support the channel and, I don't know, help me to buy queue skipping passes for Splash Mountain. You can find that in the description. I love you all very much. Thank you for that. I'm gonna have a little dusky wander around, I think. I could do with another bite to eat, actually, and a drink. Let's see what we find. So I stopped filming for a little bit because it's raining and camera no like wet rain water. So I whipped around Haunted Mansion a couple of times. I got some really nice footage, I think, of it because the sky was like pink and cloudy. I think I got some nice shots of it that you'll be looking at right now. If not, you'll be looking at some text saying that I messed it up or something. And then I did Snow White. And now, like I said, I was gonna use my pass for Big Thunder, but it's raining. Pooh's just over there. I'm gonna whiz around on Pooh's Honey Hunt. I haven't done it I don't think I've done it this year. It was closed for a long time. So I'm really excited to ride that again. It's one of my favorites. And then it's almost closing time, and we'll get to see if they end up doing something for Space Mountain. Anything? I think it's going to be like something spontaneous that the cast members decide to do, maybe. It'll be like a tiny thing. To be honest, it'll probably just be soaking up the vibes of the crowd, you know, that are there. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how that all goes down. Oh, I'm really pleased to be getting back on Pooh's Hunny Hunt. I love this ride. Let's go. Literally has had a fresh lick of paint. It looks so gorgeous. I'm just remembering how much I love this thing. Let's go. Oh, normally I can't really tell anything's different after a refurb, to be honest. Even a really long one, because things just stay a very high quality here. You don't see them like fall into disrepair and then get fixed. Having said that, I was really pleasantly surprised to notice everything just popped more. They've clearly repainted everything. I think they've changed out some of the lights for maybe modern LED lights that are a bit brighter. And the biggest thing I noticed was the projections. I'm sure that they've switched out the projectors. All of the projections were far brighter than they used to be. It all looks great. Pooh looks better than it ever has before, and it was always very, very good. So that was a real delight. I was really pleased to see all of that. Oh wow, there's like a big queue. These podcast members around here today have had it so rough. There's like a big queue for people just to take photos at the very front of the ride entrance. So there's like loads of cast members telling them where to line up. Oh goodness. I got into the cover, did a little bit of shopping. Sorry I didn't bring you along for that, but it's crazy in Emporium at this time, so I just wanted to get the stuff that I needed and get out of there. I'm really stuck for what to do now. I've got like 40 minutes until the park closes. I'm not mad fussed about being near Space Mountain like bang on 9. I don't think anything's gonna happen. It's just crazy around there. I'm really missing Pirates. Like I really want to ride Pirates, but it's closed for scheduled maintenance, which is a good thing, but I miss it. Beauty and the Beast is 35, which I know I've already done it today, but 35 for Beauty and the Beast is hard to pass up. But I've been that side of the park all day, so I'm also thinking like Jungle Cruise and a train. I don't know, I'm so torn. It's not easy being in Tokyo Disney. I'm very lucky. I'll figure it out. I'm doing Beauty and the Beast again. I can't pass up 30 minutes for that ride. It's actually one of the shorter queues in the park right now. It's shorter than Monsters, Baymax, Pooh, Big Thunder. Come on, let's get on there. I've tried like hanging around here for quite a while after closing before, not in like a naughty way, just, you know, very slowly making my way out of the park until security come and nudge you along, which happens relatively quickly, like half an hour after the park closes, they're already like pushing you out. I'm very curious about how the Space Mountain crowd is gonna go, because I feel like they're gonna have to like peel people away from that thing tonight. We'll see. That's so crazy, seeing Space Mountain on its last day and the crane behind it is flashing with the red beacon on the top. It's like the future is coming. It's like the Grim Reaper crane has come to take it away. It's already getting a little crazy around here. I wonder if they planned for this or if they had to improvise this. The yellow beacons that the cast members are waving mean like keep walking, so they've made like a walkway out in front so that there's an area for people to just stop and take photos and I guess look at it and cry. I haven't seen any criers yet. There must be some. Maybe later. We'll get there. I know I was saying earlier that I have more footage of this thing than I do anything else, but tonight is so humid because it's just finished raining. All of the mist is just like laying there at the bottom. It looks so cool. So I'm excited to queue through it and get some more shots. I am of the controversial opinion that that is a really good ride. I've decided, although I'm probably never going to do this again, there's like an unwritten social rule at Tokyo Disney, which is if people are sitting in a ride vehicle, it's okay to wave and smile to each other, to other guests. If they're not on a ride vehicle, it's not okay, it's weird. Well, I decided on Beauty and the Beast, you're like dancing. The whole idea of the ride is that the two vehicles kind of dance together and then go off to the side and another two vehicles come and dance together. So you're facing other people. So I thought I would experiment with what happens if I start waving violently at people. And I got one wave back, but it felt either reluctant or sympathetic. Like, oh, you poor thing, go on, please stop. Like, maybe if I do this, you'll stop. So I don't know if I'm gonna give up just yet. I might I might keep trying and see if it sticks. But experiment number one, I'm gonna say Beauty and the Beast is not a waving ride. It doesn't fit into the waving ride category, I'm afraid. But I will continue my experimentation. We'll see. Okay, then let's go and see what kind of chaos awaits us at Space Mountain. It was pretty wild when I was there earlier. But I don't know, it's, what time is it now? It's 9:10. So, maybe things have calmed down already? I can see yellow waving. I don't think things have calmed down. Let's go see what's going on. Oh, there are still some people going up the, I was gonna say escalator, it's not an escalator. Moving walkway, upwards moving walkway. There's still people getting on the ride. There's clapping happening. Are they the last people going on the ride? There are lots of cameras out and lots of clapping. We can see some people up at the top, getting on their last ride. Oh wow, there is a lot of people here. I wonder if they're the very last people to get on. Thank you, Space Mountain. Seeing all these people here is crazy. I'm starting to think they really should have planned something, like even if it was just Mickey coming out up there and waving to everyone, or some kind of this is it now, please go home, because I don't know what it's gonna take to get all these people out of here. I don't think they expected a crowd like this. I think one of the managers or someone came out and tried to talk, but there's hundreds and hundreds of people here. Nobody could hear a thing, no one could see a thing. And now they're just like, okay, everyone please leave. But everyone was kind of waiting for a moment, you know? They should have thought ahead for this one. I mean, I know they didn't advertise anything or anything, but clearly all these people are here for something. They could have just had something mic'd up, even if it was just like turn the lights off on Space Mountain or something, and let everyone clap and cheer after that. This is a little messy. Oh, the poor cast members, man. They've had a crazy day and now nobody wants to leave. They're like begging people to just get out of the way and go home. Well, this is what I mean if they gave some sort of a send-off and then turn all the lights off, because everyone's just videoing and taking photos of the sign. Just turn it, make a big thing. Space Mountain, thank you. Turn off the sign, turn off the lights on the building. Everyone clap, 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 clap. And then everyone's gonna go home, right? They could have done this so much better. I think they just didn't think about what would happen when the park closes. I think they thought, we'll do priority passes so that that's the only way to get on the ride, so we're not gonna have a big crowd trying to join the ride queue. But they didn't, they didn't think about this. The fans here are something else. People were also waiting for them to get off the ride, and there was loads of cheering and clapping for the people getting off the rides, but then more people were coming and they've like tried to shut that down as quick as they can, just like, no, it's time to go, everyone go away. I think they've had enough. I'm not gonna hang around and cause any more trouble. Pan Galactic Pizza closed at 8. It's now 9:41. Tony's working overtime. Poor guy. He's still going. Tony, go home. They finally cleared the crowd out in front through a lot of waving of yellow batons and yelling. Like, it's so funny hearing them try and strike the perfect balance between being polite but being stern and being like, no, you have to leave now. Well, there you go, friends. It ended as things often do, with chaos and panic and unpreparedness. But that's fine. It's really cool that they did this whole run-up event for the last few months to really make a big deal out of it. The chickens may have come home to roost on that one right now, but it's cool that they gave it a big old send-off. Today's been lovely. I'm so glad I could come and ride it again. I'm so glad I could soak up the vibes and everything and see everyone enjoying a ride. You know, as a theme park fan, it's just so cool to see so many people care so deeply about the thing that we care deeply about. Is really, really cool. And that's what is one of the many things that makes these rides and these places so special, is that they bring people together. So I'm very appreciative of it bringing us together as well. Thank you for coming over to my video and watching it all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll like this one as well.